We last tested the Maserati Coupe 3 years ago, and we didn't much care for it. We didn't like the psychotic handling, or the looks, or the interior. Most of all, we didn't like the flappy paddle gearbox.
Great gearboxes, these.
In fact, the only thing we did like was the engine. That's not exactly a long list of plus points. Still, if Maserati's given it another go, so should we. This is the new one. It's called the Gran Sport, and straight away you can tell that this is more hardcore. It's got a bigger, meaner grille that should stack up a spectacular fly kit. These side skirts are like surfboards. And then at each corner, huge 19-inch wheels. The volume really is nudging up towards 11. You get more power too, an extra 10 bhp from the 4.2-litre V8, which brings it up to a nice meaty 396. So 0 to 60, 4.8 seconds. Top speed, an enormous 180 miles an hour. All of which is, frankly, worrying, because from past experience, the last thing this car needed was more power. Quite frankly, it was already a bit of a wild and unruly beast with what it already had. But you know what? Here, today, now, in this Gran Sport, I think they've cracked it. The whole car has been lowered, the suspension's been stiffened, all the computer software that controls the chassis has been modified and improved, and I can tell you all of those facts. But what's hard to describe is just how different, just how much better this one-time mongrel now feels. It's grown up, it all comes together and works. It feels confident, planted, sure-footed. I know I can use all that power, even the extra power. There's a button down here marked Sport. Press it, which you will, and wonderful things happen. The suspension is stiffened up. And there's a little flap in the exhaust that opens. So the noise, well, that. That is sporty. Maserati has also had a crack at improving the interior. The new seats are fantastic, and there's carbon fibre on the centre console, the dash, and this weird-shaped steering wheel that gives you a clear view of the clocks. The only really odd thing is this material. It's a sort of space-age tweed, and I just don't see the point of it. Not unless James May becomes an astronaut. This Maserati is starting to look like the car it should always have been. And there's something else. The badge is now cool. Bono has bought a Quattroporte. Jamie Oliver, saviour of schoolchildren, he's a Maserati man. This car costs £66,000, or the same price as a Porsche Carrera S. And in the past I'd have said, no contest, buy the Porsche. Now, though, the Maserati is a real contender. But there is one issue still to settle. The flappy paddle gearbox. This was the Achilles heel of the old car. It was as sluggish and jerky as going to work on a camel. Thing is, though, it's all controlled by computer software, and blokes with lots of pens in their top pocket have been fiddling with it. So, have their changes worked? To find out, I've come to the Verano de Meligari circuit. They test Maseratis here, and it's somewhere that allows me free rein to really give the Gran Sport a spanking. This place is thick with second and third gear corners that'll show us whether you really can teach some old cogs new tricks.
And just to spice things up, I'm going to see how close I can get my lap time to that of Maserati's chief test driver, Gabriele Tarquini.
So no pressure there then.
Tarquini laid down a time.
Yeah, he's pretty quick.
Flat on this chicane.
A rather quick time.
That wasn't bad.
Yeah, car is warm, now it's your turn.
Thank you so much.
But now, let him watch and learn.
I'm braking as hard as I possibly can up to the first corner. Turn in. This is not an automatic gearbox, remember. It is a manual gearbox, but you change gear using these flappy paddles. You have to accept that. There is an automatic mode, but it's still a manual gearbox.
It's a bit too late on the throttle.
Brake, turn in. And do you know what? I like it. Brake hard. Harder. I think it works. This is the first time, finally, I'm happy with a flappy paddle gearbox. Finishing line ahead. This is it. How close will my time be? And I'm done.